Hi guys, Sharper back once again with another mint in box. And today we're going to be looking at LBX AX-00 from Danball Senki, also known in the West as Little Battler's Experience. And I picked this up recently because I was always a fan of the LBX line, and I did cover them previously on Mint in Box. Now that I have a little more money in my pocket, I decided to go back, and what a fortuitous time to do so. Because obviously you're thinking, Sharper, why are you covering a 2011 model kit from Japan? The thing is, this is a 2019 reissue. I have no idea why they're reissuing them, but I managed to pick this guy up from Amazon Japan for 734 yen, which is roughly equivalent to around £5.50. And at that price, you bet I picked this guy up. I picked up this guy and Achilles, this guy being the prototype version of Achilles. But I've always had a real fondness for this form, and it's nice to have two versions of Ban Yamano's main LBX, because this is basically the meta-B of the LBX line. He's the face of the franchise and he looks cool. One cool thing about these reissues is that they are dual language. Of course you're gonna get like the same text here that highlights the manufacturer, the frame type and the armaments, much like the in-show box which this emulates, which is really cool. But on the side it is both in English and Japanese, which is really cool. Presented by Bandai Spirits, so the icons let you know which part you need, making it easy to look for parts. No tools are required. Try making plastic model kits. And yeah, if we just slip off this nice clear plastic binding, which is cool to have, open this up, we have one, two plastic baggies full of sprues, which is cool, and then we have a really nice full colour instruction booklet. And even here you've got a description of the show's premise, both in Japanese and in English, which is amazing. Look, here's Ban Yamano, or Van Yamano, because that would be the translation. Kaz Walker, Amy Cohen. These might actually be the dub names. I can't remember. I don't recall liking the dub because they heavily edited it. It was really bad. But yeah, it's really nice. Full colour instructions, very easy to follow along. I remember being really impressed with this way back when I did my original LBX, and I'm looking forward to doing this one as well. I'm going to cut in at various points to show you the build process, but for the most part, next time you see me, I'll have built AX-00. 2 hours later and one movie watched, we have LBX AX-00 completed. And he's a handsome lad, isn't he? It's so cool to see this thing in hand and just have him. Because a good thing about the LBX line is that in terms of its lore to the show, every model is 1-to-1 scale, and LBX in the anime is the same size as it is in our reality. So yeah, technically these are life-sized, and that's cool. The idea that these little robot war machines can be played with, and it's just tiny robot wars. It's Pokemon, it's Medabots, but with tiny handheld robots. That is so cool, and that's why I love LBX as a concept. And having the AX in hand, I am so glad to finally have him. He's great. The construction is really solid. I'm not sure how it fares against the original release, but this is top tier. You have a nice ball jointed head with a ball joint in the neck and in the torso. Nice wide ball jointed shoulder joints. The pauldron will move up and down. It's a little loose. I don't know how I'm going to sort that out, but I will end up doing it. There's a nice twist, an elbow joint. He has a wrist swivel, a splayed open hand, much the same on the other side, ending in a closed fist in his right hand. He has a waist swivel. His legs are ball jointed, but due to the skirt, you're not going to get much range out of it, and it is prone to popping off his ankle joints. But I think that's why they included this little hiking up section, so you can get a little more range of motion out of it, which is pretty cool. Nice little design feature. A very nice knee joint, and feature ball joints, though the ball joint is actually in the shin itself. Overall, it's a very nicely articulated figure. I'm probably going to have to go in with a little bit of glue, because at the minute this is just a snap together kit, and while it holds together relatively well, it's going to need a little bit of tightening up here and there. But overall, I think it's fantastic articulation wise. In terms of weapons, he comes with a automatic pistol. I can't remember him using it in the show, but at least he comes with a weapon other than his signature staff, and it's a big goofy gun for him to hold, so that's cool. Just try and get him into a bit of a dynamic pose. Yeah, that works. Apart from his pistol, he also has his signature staff, which can separate like so, and then just slide into his gripping things hands, be clipped back on, and you're ready to pose him with that. And that looks really cool. It's good for a nice default weapon, and it really leads into his whole Achilles shtick, and even further on with his other forms. But for now, I think that looks great. While not as immediately durable as a given action figure, the LBX model kits highlight a real niche market in terms of compatibility across the line, because each limb can be popped off and given to another robot. There's a lot of customization involved in this line, and all of the weapons are compatible with each other. So if you get a bunch of these together, you're going to have a lot of fun playing about with them. And I think that's the main draw of this line. It's highly customizable, and I think that's a fantastic way of getting into like the gunpla kind of hobby. And even if you don't want to get into that kind of hobby as a whole, these are just fun action figures to have. You're gonna get around 2 hours build time in it, or at least that's how long it took me. And I was doing it at a steady pace while watching a movie, and it's a fun experience overall. It's not a heavy time commitment, it's not too in-depth, it's a very relaxed kind of build, and I think it's a fun experience and well worth your time looking into if you want to get into this kind of modelling experience. So in terms of that, I can highly recommend getting into the LBX line and definitely picking up this guy at the very least. As always, I've been Sharpo. This has been the LBX AX-00 from the Danball Senki LBX model kit range. And I'll catch you guys next time for another mint in box.